Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to draw Sei Taishogun, if I said that correct, from Stumble Guys. I'm going to start with some construction lines because he's quite a tricky character. So I'm going to draw basically where his helmet is, almost a bit like Darth Vader looking. And then I'm going to put like the front of his helmet, so that's the back, and then this is where his head's going to be. So in there is his head. Now planning out your drawing is a great idea. Now I'm drawing a curve like that because that's where gives me an idea of where his big horns on his helmet's going to be. Now his body is going to be in here. So his body is roughly, well, is exactly the same height as his head. So when we're drawing, we want to compare proportions. Okay? And then we're going to put on one arm there, and the other arm comes slightly down underneath here as well, and he's got his sword coming out of his pocket, out of a belt there. Now he's got a rope belt, so that's his rope belt where that's going to be, and because he's slightly going to be looking that way to the right, I'm just going to change his legs slightly so he's got a little bit of that, and his arm will be a little bit less visible. Then we've got his foot and his other leg. Hope you're following along at home. So I've constructed him up now. Okay, today I'm going to be drawing with a 0.5. Let's start with a curve line coming up like this, and that's where his eyes are going to be in there. Now his eyes are different to the other ones because they want him to look mean, so he's got an oval shape with an eyebrow that comes in like this. Bring the other eyebrow up like that. Put the eye in. That makes him look tough. Okay, so now he's got his little part of his helmet, so let's start with a curve line coming across, back in there like that. Now he has the side of his helmet here comes out. There's a little bit that comes out there and a little bit that comes out there like that. And then he has another bit that comes down. So one, you can see both of those bits. That's like the front edge of the thick helmet. And then his helmet comes in and in behind him there. Now we're going to bring his head down and around like this, and then back up into here. Now he has his nose, so let's just draw his nose like this. We can add some extra details on when we draw him. Now he's got these cool teeth coming out, so 1, 2, and then let's join that together and then draw another line there. And then I'm just going to bring these down and around like this. Now he's got this big circular thing on the top of his helmet. And now let's get his horn on, one of his horns on. So it's going to get thinner as it goes around, and you can see that construction line that I've drawn there is going to help where it's going to go. So that one comes around, and there we go. So he's got his two horns, and then let's bring his helmet in and around. Make sure they join up. So we've got his face looking pretty good so far. Now I'm going to draw part of his arm. So his arm, I'm going to start with a line like this. And he's got this like a shoulder pad there. And on the other side, he has the same, but you can't see as much of it in the picture that I'm looking at. So his shoulder pad is going to be like this on that side, and then this one comes down. It's like his armor. Bring that down, give him a bit of a bicep. Now this line is like a little armband. He's even got another piece of armor there before his arm comes in to his thumb, like that. Don't forget this other little bit that comes up here, and then another line there. So he's got armor fairly well everywhere. Alright, now this part here comes down and across and then back up there, and that's his neck's in behind there. And he's got one line, two lines, 1, 2, and then 3. Try and keep them all the same, and that tucks in and around there. And then we've got his belt that comes in. This is like a little rope belt that he's got. Little bump on top. This wraps around like this. And then he's got his one little bit. Now you can zoom in on these little bits. These are like tassel type things that hang off the end of his tied up belt there. Comes around. Now this arm's a little bit different because you can't see it all. So he's got his sword. Must be tucked in sort of behind him. And then this is the handle of his sword here. So I'm going to start with a line like that. And then circle. And then this is the top of the handle. And then this is like the part where you hold. Now his hand's going to be in behind there. So I'm going to tuck that in behind there like that. Don't forget this little bit here on his hand. It's like a bit of armor. Arm comes up and a little bit of a line there because you can just see him behind there. And then he's got this piece of armor here as well. So I'm just going to bring that out like that. So there's his other arm tucked in behind him slightly. Now we're going to bring his top part of his leg. So this is like more of his knee sort of look. And he's got the lower part of his leg has got some armor on it like that. And then he's got his boot. Cool samurai. And let's put a sole on his boot there. And let's bring that across like that. Now this is more front on, so let's start with the front on of his boot. And then we've got his armor coming up like this one piece there. And you can see more of it on the top there, and then his leg comes out like that. And there we have Sei Taishogun.